Hi, day 21, and now it's here. It feels like it's come around super quick. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for watching so far, and that I really hope you found the information that I've shared really useful. My intention today is just to kind of do a brief roundup and then give you just some tips of how to move forward, and then tell you a little bit about working with me. But I will keep it brief, because what I really want everybody to focus on is the tools and the techniques and the information that I've given you over the last 3 weeks. And this is really just a wrap up. But I was just looking over, so I planned everything out in my notebook, and I was just looking over some of the content, because actually doing this every day, I've actually kind of lost track a little bit of like, oh, what did we do? When I know I've covered things, but I couldn't remember what. But I thought it'd be a really nice little reminder. So we began with kind of noticing our thoughts, being curious about our thoughts, and that the body knows first, and that is a really important. I mean, all of these things are important to take away, but if there's one thing you take away, that it starts in your body and not in your mind, I would be so delighted. And to really get tuned into what you were experiencing in your body first, before immediately trying to kind of rationalize your way out of everything, is such a massive part of this work. It has been a game changer for me, moving through my own past traumas and difficulties and challenges, really feeling it in my body, and learning how to manage those feelings has been massive. So the body knows first. Sitting in discomfort, like allowing yourself to be in those feelings is, and I know how hard this stuff is. Okay, I'm not sharing this content and saying that it's easy. I know it's not easy. I know it's challenging, but I also know that it's worth it. I know how much more resilient we become when we are able to work through, these techniques. We looked at triggers. Where do they come from? What happens when we get triggered? And then how do we notice our triggers? We looked at chapters of our lives, heroes and villains. That was a particular favourite of mine. And then we moved into boundaries, which is huge topic. And there's so much I could say about boundaries. I've never not had boundaries come up as a challenge or an issue, if you like, in work with clients. So most of us could do with a tune-up when it comes to boundaries, and that they're an ongoing piece of work. And then we moved into values, and then thinking about what's possible for us. What do we want our lives to look like by design? How do we want things to be? And so as we come to the end of this series, I think the parting shot I want to leave you with is that there is no destination point, and there is no diving off the deep end to make any of this stuff work. Like for me, the most important things are little and often. So, cherry picking some of the techniques that I've shared with you and just trying them out in different situations and seeing what works for you. And I guess keeping a track of what's working, start to notice where the changes come, small, subtle, but when we do it that way, it's sustainable. If we try and make huge changes, it's the New Year's resolution saga, isn't it? Right, I'm changing everything about my life on the 1st of January. Most of us are back to standard routine by the first week, second week, at max. So, we don't have to do that in order for things to change. If you think about if you made a 1% change every day, where you'd be in 6 months' time. Like this stuff really makes an impact. And so I really want to encourage you to adopt, an intention to see it as a marathon and not a sprint. I mean, even it's longer than that. It's way longer than that. It's a journey, not a destination. And that there is no such thing as perfection. And that we can come back to this work again and again and again, and it will always be there, and we can always work through new layers. And that's something else that's worth mentioning as well, is that we can deal with a situation that's going on in our lives, okay, and something really challenging and really difficult, and we think we've made it to the top of the mountain, and then something floors us, and we think, oh my God, like I'm back to square one. how am I not, on top of my stuff, and why am I getting stressed? And that's not the point of any of this, okay? Like, life is going to throw situations at you no matter what. The biggest takeaway, and this is, the biggest takeaway for me in my own journey, is that I'm able to hold myself through those challenges better, I'm able to be in my emotions, identify emotions, I'm way more emotionally literate than I ever used to be. I don't just see things as, angry or happy or sad or happy. Like, I see everything in between, and that's really the key, it's being able to hold yourself through the challenges when they come. There is no perfection, and I keep saying that over and over, and that is the truth. And, bite size and something every day, but something small every day is, just see a dog appear there, is key. She's just in the corner there. Oh, there we go. I knock over my phone. So, and obviously with a series like this and doing daily videos, 10 minutes a day, it's at a level that is not personalized to you. So I appreciate that every one of you that's taken part in this and, has watched the videos daily, or if you're not at the end of it yet, when you get to the end, even if that's in November, it doesn't matter, but that it's not personalized to you. And so then my invitation is, if you want things to be more personal and bespoke, then that is obviously, I would encourage you then to seek out one-to-one work. That doesn't have to be with me, but that is obviously a service I offer. And what I'm now offering with clients is it needs to be a minimum of 6 months when you first start with me, because it didn't take, the things that we are impacted by, the way that we live our lives, didn't happen overnight. So, I don't offer one-off sessions unless I've worked with you for a period of time before. Then I do, as kind of check-ins and catch-up sessions. But, I need a 6-month period with you. And what I normally suggest is twice a month, 2 sessions a month, because you need some integration time in between sessions too. You need to let things settle. You need to learn the techniques and tools that we're using. And we build over time. We build everything up over time. And so 6 months is the minimum. In my experience, the majority of my clients have worked with me on an average of 7 to 8 months. That's about average. I've had people that have worked with me for way longer than that too, and that's brilliant. And by that point, we go down to 1 session a month. But it's 7 or 8 months seems to be about the standard average for most people that have worked with me. And those people have made huge changes in their lives, huge changes, setting boundaries, new careers, new relationships, phenomenal stuff. And that's because they invested in themselves and their own well-being and their own future, and they were committed. And that's the thing. And none of them had perfect lives, okay? They were challenges that came along the way, things that threw them off, but they got back on the horse, so to speak, and use the techniques all the time. So it works. There are lots of people out there that offer similar things to what I do, but if I have struck a chord with you and you would like to inquire about working with me, then I do offer a free 15-minute phone call where we can just ask some questions, have a conversation about what's going on in your life, and look at how we can make this more personal to you. So please feel free just to drop me a DM on Instagram, or if you're subscribed to the email series, you can hit reply on the email and I can come back to you. But yeah, just as we come to a close, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for for watching and for the feedback that I've had. It's been really, really lovely to hear, and I'm really grateful. And just go gently with yourselves. Huge amounts of compassion, and just remember that you are all amazing works in progress, and just keep going. And this has been wonderful. Thank you so much, and I'll be coming again live soon. Take care.